Good evening. It's indeed a pleasure and honor to be amongst you all today as I share my life's journey and experiences. Thank you so much for this lovely introduction. I'm really looking forward to learning from each other through today's interaction. This is my second TED Talk, and I'm really excited to share a few learnings from my life and my business that have made me who I am. I used to be a very shy and a very timid person when I was younger. Public speaking was not my domain. Crowds made me nervous, and the stage made me jitter. But today, I address gatherings of over 1,000 people without battling an eyelid. But why am I sharing this with you? Because in this lies a great learning that nothing in life is absolute and nothing in life is impossible. Yesterday, I was underconfident, today, I am not. Yesterday, I was confused about my career path. Today I'm counseling people on which career path to take. Yesterday I felt like a victim of my personal problems. Today I'm clear on where my life is heading. And this brings me to the first point I want to share with you all. Whatever you're facing right now in life, whatever are your challenges, your situations, don't think that this is it. This is how life will be. Because life can change in a moment. When you work hard and make efforts, life will change for sure. Always remember this and never give in to your current circumstances. I worked as a media professional for over 10 years. I enjoyed my work, traveled the world, won awards and accolades. But there was still a gap. And no, I wasn't feeling greedy. I just did not experience any creative gratification and felt that I could do a lot more. Was I creating something new each day? I wasn't sure. Was my work making a difference in someone's life? I wasn't sure again. Did I see myself doing the same work in the next 10 years too? Well, this was something I was very clear about, and the answer was definitely not. So I did the unthinkable. I took the bold decision of taking a sabbatical. While I knew it wouldn't be an easy road ahead without a job, I decided to take this plunge in search of something that I really wanted to pursue. But of course, as expected, after the initial months of relaxation and freedom came a phase when I started feeling the void of not having a job and wondered if I had taken the right decision. Doubts, worries, fears crept in, and I often sat and speculated what the future had in store for me. I still recall those dark, gloomy days when I used to lay in bed questioning every single thing. But slowly and steadily, I continued to push myself one day at a time to explore what I wanted to do. And as I continued to think deeply about this, many ideas started flowing in, big and small. And here I'd like to introduce you to the concept of disruption. What is disruption? It is an interruption of an event that causes a pause. It allows for a person to step back and think. This time helps you to respond rather than react, thus creating tremendous value. And this brings me to the second point I want to share with you. Do something that causes disruption through your amazing ideas. This will go a long way in adding value to people's lives and in return give you tremendous amount of satisfaction and fulfillment. I'm India's first certified KonMari consultant and founder of Joy Factory, the very first company in India to provide decluttering and organizing services based on the KonMari philosophy. Many of you may be aware of KonMari, and many of you may be wondering, KonMari. And this is not just you, but what everyone said when I started thinking of this as a business idea 6 years ago. Which brings me to the third point I want to share with you all today. Not everyone will agree with you. Not everyone will see in the same direction as you. And not everyone will believe in your vision. But the question is, do you still believe in it despite no one else doing so? Each one of us is living a unique life. We have unique personalities, habits, looks, and even unique problems and opportunities. Despite being so unique, we all have one thing in common. And do you know what that is? It is the ability to think and act. We have been gifted with this ability, but ultimately it depends on how we put it to use. Nuclear energy can either be used to create electricity, which will benefit many, or it can be used to create atomic bombs, which will cause destruction. The choice is ours. If we believe that we have a skill, no matter how small it may be, and if we marry this with some sort of action each moment of the day, we are on the path of progress. And here I'd like to briefly share about decluttering and my startup Joy Factory. I'm sure a question that many of you may have just Googled right now is, what is decluttering? To put it simply, decluttering is a process of removing things from your premises that you do not require. This is done based on a simple but yet a very empowering question that we must ask ourselves as we undertake this decluttering exercise. And the question is, does it spark joy? But why do we need to declutter? Aren't we quite happy and content in our living environments? An occasional bout of cleaning and organizing gives us a feeling of contentment. But let me tell you, how we keep our physical space is how we live our lives. Decluttering and letting go of items that do not require or items that do not spark joy for us anymore have a direct impact on our mental state. From having more time for family to creating a stress-free life, organization contributes to happier living. One of the biggest benefits of decluttering is creating more time to spend on what is meaningful for us, be it at home, at work, or just with ourselves. All of us are girls here, and I can speak openly with you all. Time and again, we have been made to feel that men are better off at doing certain tasks, and there is a constant need to prove ourselves in a man's world. Well, some see this as a threat, but I see this as a very big opportunity. Not that we need to prove anything to anyone, but isn't there so much thrill in doing things that we are told not to do? And this is exactly what happened with me. When I started out, my friends and extended family not only questioned this business idea, but went a step ahead and discouraged me at every step, saying, "This won't work. No one will pay for a service like this. You should think of doing something else." It was very disheartening. But this challenge now looking back has also become my greatest learning. Because the more I heard no as an answer, the more convinced I became not to prove anyone wrong, but instead to prove myself right. Because I knew they couldn't see what I could, and that was my secret strength. And slowly it happened, which is why I'm here with you all today sharing my journey. And I really hope and pray that each one of you must also have a wonderful story to share which you can proudly call your own. When you're out there to create disruption, be prepared for obstacles of all kind. While external obstacles can be resolved, it is the internal obstacle that provide a far greater learning in life. My business made me believe even more firmly that my life possesses the power to make a difference in this world. I now use this belief to overcome the many hesitations within me and set an example of what wonders the human life is capable of accomplishing. I say this confidently because as a child, I was a complete introvert. I had zero confidence. So much so, teachers in my school used to tell my parents that Gayatri is so quiet, maybe she has a medical problem. Given the kind of society we live in, self-motivation is often hard to come by. There are enough and more critics, or trolls as they say. But through my work, if I'm able to make even one more person believe in the power of their own life, it brings me tremendous joy and satisfaction. Hence, I urge each one of you to really believe in the magic that lies within your own life and challenge yourself to achieve something of great value. All of you are young, all of you are the future. One advice I would like to give you is that please don't fear making mistakes. There is no bigger a teacher than a mistake, provided we are willing to learn. Dream and dream big. Look at the many problems facing society today and think how you can innovate to bring and provide solutions to these problems. Believe in yourself. Do this even if no one else does, because you're not even aware of the reservoir of potential that is waiting to come out. And finally, I would like to end my talk with a quote by my mentor in life, Dr. Daisaku Ikeda. To do what I can is normal. To go beyond my capacities is a challenge. Where my capacities end, there begins my faith. A strong faith sees the invisible, believes the incredible, and receives the impossible. Thank you so much.